Well, the Prime Minister today announced the terms of reference within the much anticipated Royal Commission into veteran suicide. He also confirmed that the outstanding former New South Wales Police Deputy Commissioner Nick Caldis will chair the commission, which is expected to be a thorough systemic analysis into military life and the risk factors which contribute to the high numbers of servicemen and women who take their lives. Our next guest was a private in the Australian Army. He lost his leg in action. He's an author and has also won the Prime Minister's Veteran Employer of the Year award for his defence program, Rheinmetall Defence Australia. Veteran Paul Warren joins me from Townsville right now. Paul, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
I should mention there has been some criticism this afternoon, and I saw an interview on Sky News where someone was saying, well, this Royal Commissioner, Nick Caldis, hasn't served his proper time in the Army to be able to be appointed to this position. Can I just say, knowing him very well and following his career extremely closely, the Royal Commission could not be in better hands?
No, Chris, I totally agree. I think it needs someone removed that can look at this objectively and from a systemic point of view, like you've just mentioned.
Yeah, and he's got so much, incredible intelligence in terms of how investigations into war crimes take place that I think in this case they've selected the right person. It's been a long time coming. You must be pleased at least we've got through today, which is an important pre-step to this Royal Commission.
I do, Chris. I think it's long overdue for some review and some action and some insight into this. I deployed with Philip Thompson in 2009 where we had the incident where I lost my leg and Ben Renato was killed instantly from an IED. And unfortunately, we seem to all be catching up at funerals in the subsequent years. And to anyone within our network and down at our level, we knew this was going to be an issue, and it seems to have just fallen on deaf ears for far too long.
Let's cut through the maze of reasons that this happens, and it's a complex process. There is no one fit for every case. But where is the breakdown in the government system, the bureaucracy? Is it the slow process confronted by vets when they deal with DVA?
Chris, sometimes I think, honestly, that DVA can be the fall guy, or it's very easy to blame DVA. Looking at it objectively and where I was, I believe that it starts before you get to the DVA system. So rehab systems in defence, even recruiting. Are you recruiting the right people with the mental capacity to be involved in situations like we were? There's so many things that really need to be reviewed before we get to you've left defence and now you're a DVA person or member or issue, to be honest.
You, of course, individually have focused on this post-service employment opportunity concept. How important is that to a veteran to get his life back in order and to feel valued again and a working unit?
Chris, I think it's so important that, and one of the issues that needs fixing before the member goes over to DVA, I think Defence can do a lot better in assisting a person to be ready for civilian life, giving them a pension when they're in their 20s or early 30s and expecting them to sit at home with no accountability, nothing to get up for, nothing to strive and achieve, while they're probably going to drink, take pain meds and everything else. It's disastrous. So we really need to enable people and set them up, whether it's the courses they do in defence, whether they can be RPL to provide some sort of, qualification on the outside and really help them strive for success in the civilian world.
Well, you're getting closer to it now. You've got the conduit, you've got Nick Caldis, the Commissioner, and a Royal Commission soon to begin. All the very best, and thank you for your individual work in making that happen.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Paul Warren.